he might be the type of person that never like really settles with somebody. Maybe he's like a, he's like a bee going from flower to flower to flower.
Child, I hate to break it to Ms. J. Hud, but girl, didn't we warn you that the common denominator was not exactly the prize he looked like? And now here we are. Whispers flying that Common has allegedly moved on, leaving Jennifer blindsided like she didn't even see it coming. This is wild because wasn't he just on TV practically singing her praises a few days ago?
That relationship is one of the greatest blessings and most important things in my life, in my whole journey in life. The friendship, the partnership, the life partnership, just the connection. Man, it's one of those things where you don't know truly like what true partnership and relationship is until you get there.
But now folks are saying there's another woman warming his bed, and get this, he's even allegedly throwing shade about J. Hud behind her back after stepping out on her. Some are saying this all blew up because Jennifer supposedly turned down his proposal last year, while others think he's just trying to twist the narrative before people start digging into those long-running rumors about him maybe playing for a different team.
Why can't anybody just be honest? They're waiting for Chrissy Teigen to get plastic surgery and end up Jackie O so that they can be roommates and make musicals together. Let's just be real.
Okay.
He'd rather spend time with John Legend than any of these bitches.
And baby, you better be sitting down for this because this mess runs deep. If there's one thing nobody can deny about Common, it's that the man has a resume of Hollywood's finest. Beyond Jennifer Hudson, we're talking Serena Williams, Taraji P. Henson, Tiffany Haddish, Erykah Badu, Kim Jones, Ava DuVernay, Simone Bozeman, Jaguar Wright, and even Angela Rye. Top tier, creme de la creme status. But here's the kicker, so none of these women ever stuck around. Every single one walked away, and the streets have been side-eyeing for years, saying Common might be charming at first, but he's not exactly built for the long haul.
The pattern I found myself in and what was called love addiction, who my therapist broke it down, was like that feeling of being like, oh, I'm in love, and this that honeymoon period that people call it. I was addicted to that feeling.
And now, with this latest tea spilling, people are starting to wonder if Jennifer just became the latest in a long list of women who realized that the Common factor might not be worth the chaos. We're talking about a man who openly admitted that once the spark fades in a relationship, he's out the door. No hesitation. He even confessed that he's addicted to love, not intimacy, and that what really hooks him is the chase, the thrill of those first few weeks. But once it's no longer shiny and new, he gets bored and drops everything like it never mattered.
But I mean, I just wish Lonnie would tell the truth, be bisexual.
So maybe J. Hud thought her magic was going to be the one to flip the script and turn Common into a forever man? But woo, it's the delusion for me. To be fair, when they first got together, Common was out here telling the press he'd gone through therapy, had done the work, and was now marriage material. He even said, straight up, that if he ever tied the knot, it would be with Jennifer Hudson. But fast forward, and eagle-eyed fans have been catching signs that the fairy tale might be cracking. Fewer public appearances, awkward body language, and cryptic social media posts from J. Hud that have folks reading way between the lines, and now the whispers are getting louder. Allegedly, Common's already got his attention wandering towards someone new. People claim they've spotted him out solo, looking way too cozy with other women. Nothing's been confirmed, but let's be real. We're talking about Common here. If the man's got a wandering eye, history says it wouldn't be shocking in the slightest. But here's the part that's really got people talking. The tea about him allegedly saying he can't even stand J. Hud anymore. Like, what could have gone down between them for Common to allegedly start spilling dirt on why he's done with her? Well, word on the curb is that he's still salty over Jennifer supposedly rejecting his proposal a couple of months back. Remember when those engagement rumors hit? Sources close to J. Hud claimed she made it clear she wasn't walking down the aisle. Not now, not with Common. And the number one reason? The man has lived up to his name in the dating streets. Sure, he came in smooth, swept her off her feet, but Jennifer wasn't blind to the trail of high-profile relationships he's left behind. She wasn't about to rush into a lifelong commitment with someone whose romantic history reads like a VIP guest list. But honestly, let's be real, this is stuff she already knew before the first date. Common's track record has been public knowledge for years, so acting shocked now feels, well, a little too late. Still, insiders say another big reason she pumped the brakes was emotional baggage. After going through a messy, toxic breakup with David Otunga, Jennifer has been open about not seeing marriage in her future. Jennifer had reportedly made a promise to herself, No rushing into another serious commitment, no wedding bells, and definitely no repeat of the drama she went through with David Otunga. And when she called that relationship toxic, oh, we all knew she wasn't exaggerating. Sources say Common did his best to convince her he was different, telling her that despite his long list of famous exes, he was ready to go the distance this time. But Jennifer wasn't budging. She'd been engaged for 9 years before, and the thought of ending up in another broken marriage only to land right back at square one, that was a risk she wasn't willing to take. Maybe after that, things between them just never bounced back, and maybe Common started to realize there wasn't a real future there. But here's where the whispers get even wilder, as some folks are claiming the real reason Common allegedly couldn't stand Hud anymore is because, well, he might not even be into women like that, and that pretending was getting exhausting. These are just allegations. But the talk got louder when people remembered what his ex, Jaguar Wright, once said. She claimed she wished the world knew the real truth about Common, that he doesn't actually love black women and that he only uses them for clout, chasing status while leaving a trail of hurt behind. Jaguar Wright didn't hold back. She flat out claimed that Common would actually rather be with men, and that every woman who's been with him knows it. She even pointed out something that had people raising their eyebrows. Common has dated a lineup of high-profile women, yet not a single one has ever gone public talking about his performance in the bedroom. Not one. Now, maybe that's because these women are classy and choose to keep certain things private. Or maybe, just maybe, there's some truth to what Jaguar's hinting at, that Common might actually prefer playing for the other team, allegedly. And then came the so-called first-hand tea from someone close to the Hollywood scene. The story goes like this. A man claimed that his friend's husband attended a major industry event over the summer with his wife, who's connected in the business. According to him, Common spent almost an entire hour that night chatting exclusively with him while his wife was busy working the event. The kicker? The man said he didn't even know who Common was until later when his wife told him, "Oh, and by the way, the guy just happened to be white, very handsome, and fine as can be." But it gets spicier. The man claimed that around 3 a.m., after his wife texted him to meet her outside, Common allegedly leaned in and asked, "So, what are you doing later tonight?" The man in that Hollywood story said he told Common, "Going home with my wife," and the whole exchange was awkward, to say the least. I even asked him more than once if maybe he misunderstood the vibe, but he swore it was exactly how it sounded, and that's where the conversation about Common's sexuality got even messier. Some people speculate he may be struggling internally, allegedly tied to claims that he was once taken advantage of by another man. If that's true, it could explain why he might have conflicting feelings about connecting with women on a deeper level. Now, I can't confirm any of that, but the rumors won't stop swirling. And here's where the conversation takes a sharp turn, because some folks are now flipping the script and saying maybe Jennifer Hudson is the real problem. They point out that over the years, she hasn't exactly had the smoothest track record with relationships either. Her time with David Otunga? Pure chaos. David allegedly believed Jennifer was cheating on him with none other than music producer Molly Music. Jennifer never confirmed a fling, but David accused her outright, and things spiraled from there. In fact, she laid it all out in a protective order against David, claiming his jealousy got so bad that he would call her repeatedly while she was in the studio in Chicago. And when he couldn't get her on the phone, she said he even had their young son try to film her to prove she was romantically involved with Molly Music. Jennifer also accused David of becoming more aggressive and threatening, not just toward her, but toward their son as well. But David fired right back, claiming Jennifer was flat out lying and that because she had more pull in the industry, he was the one taking all the heat. He even insisted that he had been their child's primary caregiver since day one, since Jennifer was constantly on the road, directly contradicting her legal filings where she claimed she was the primary caregiver. David also painted a different picture of their dynamic, saying Jennifer was the one who pushed him to choose family over career, only to later turn around and accuse him of freeloading. Things escalated when Jennifer made some serious accusations that triggered a police investigation, but within a few months, David was cleared, and Jennifer dropped her order of protection. The catch? He had to agree never to set foot on her property again. Still, David didn't back down. He told anyone who would listen that Jennifer was using her fame and influence to paint him as the villain, when, in his words, she was the real monster behind closed doors. And honestly, it's got people wondering if Common might have eventually seen glimpses of that same side, the one David swears is nothing like the public image. Maybe, just maybe, that was the final straw that made him decide he couldn't handle the Jennifer Hudson experience any longer. I've even seen whispers claiming Jennifer started feeling like Common was beneath her simply because she brings in more money than him. Now, if that's true, it's a shame, especially since J. Hud knew exactly what kind of man she was getting involved with from day one. But honestly, at this point, we don't know which way is up in this mess. Did Common really cheat? Is he sliding back into his old habits? Or is Jennifer the one stirring the pot? We don't know. For all we know, they might still be together, and all of this gossip could just be smoke with no fire. But who? The rumors are just too juicy to ignore. Now it's your turn. What do you think is really going on here? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, share this with a friend who loves the tea, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what comes next.